to LOQation, Cabrini College's weekly news program. I'm Nicole Capizzi.
And I'm Molly Fox. Here's your weekly update.
Earlier this week, a family's car was carjacked at gunpoint in the parking lot of the St. David's Micro Center store. According to Radnor Township Police Lieutenant Christopher Flanagan, the family had just finished buying items and was packing the purchases into the car when the man asked if they needed help loading the items. They responded no, but the man returned soon after with a semi-automatic gun in clear view and told them to get in the car. An 8-month-old baby was hijacked along with the husband and wife. The man drove the family to a nearby parking lot where he loaded their items into a white Toyota Avalon. The carjacker had taken around $2,000 worth of electronics, as well as the family's cell phones and wallets. The family is okay and no one was harmed. Running April 30th until May 19th, follow your nose to Longwood Gardens. You can come smell the fresh scents and see beautiful spring flower displays. The gardens have 100,000 bulbs in a variety of different colors. The new spring array of flowers are sure to help you officially welcome spring. This past weekend, Cabrini students participated in Relay for Life. Let's go to Heather LaPergola to find out about what Relay for Life is and why students relay.
Relay for Life is an event organized by the American Cancer Society. It is traditionally in communities, it takes place over 24 hours, but for colleges, most colleges are 12 hours long.
I've had a lot of people in my life who were affected by cancer, my grandpa and a couple of my dad's cousins. And we had a really good time last year, so I thought it would be a really fun idea and a good idea to give back by joining the committee.
It's an overnight event because cancer never sleeps, so we don't sleep the other night as we battle cancer. There are several ceremonies that go on throughout the event. There's a luminaria ceremony where you can buy a luminaria bag and for someone who passed away, is battling or is beaten cancer. And then we put it in we line the track in the Dixon Center and we put a glow stick in it and then we turn all the lights off. And then it's a nice little ceremony, there's nice music playing. It's the most emotional part of the night. And then there's a survivorship ceremony where we honor survivors and caregivers of who battled and were a caregiver for cancer, like a loved one. There's a lot of fun activities and games. At Cabrini here, we do a volleyball competition and a tug of war. Those are the two most popular. And there's always a theme. This year our theme is board games.
Around the bleachers right now, there's a sign-up list. So what you have to do is you sign up on that. They'll email you like at the end of, maybe at the beginning of December, and you hand your application in via email and they'll let you know.
I relay for my Uncle John.
I relay because of all those who are afflicted by this horrible disease.
I relay for my Aunt Ro, who's been cancer-free for 2 years.
I relay to fight back.
I relay because fall 2011, my brother passed away from cancer.
I relay because my Aunt Pat died of lung cancer, so in honor of her, and also my dad has leukemia, and for all those who can't be here.
I relay because my grandpa is surviving cancer right now.
I relay because my mom is a survivor of cervical cancer and we need more survivors. If you want to learn more about Relay for Life, just visit relayforlife.org. I'm Heather LaPergola on location for LOQation. Now back to the studio.
That was your trip around the block. So Kevin, tell me what's new in sports this week.
Well, the Phillies' struggles continued at the plate on Tuesday and they continue to hurt one star pitcher's record. Let me tell you more about that. Cole Hamels remains winless on the season, suffering the loss in the Phillies' 2-0 defeat to the Pittsburgh Pirates on Tuesday. Hamels is 0-3 for the first time in his career after the Phillies managed just 4 hits in being shut out for the 3rd time in a week. The Phillies continued their homestand on Wednesday night against the Pirates. Cabrini men's lacrosse won their senior day game against Gwinnett Mercy College by a score of 18-6. Ethan Heisman led the Cavs with 5 goals in the win that clinched the top spot in the CSAC tournament. The Cavs close out the regular season against Immaculata University on Thursday. Cabrini women's lacrosse saw their 9-game winning streak snapped in the closing seconds of a 19-18 loss to Widener University on Tuesday. After taking the lead with 90 seconds to play, Widener tied the score seconds later and scored the game winner with 12 seconds left. The Lady Cavs wrap up the regular season on Thursday against the College of New Jersey at 7 p.m. The NFL draft will be held on Thursday night and will mark Chip Kelly's first major decision as Eagles head coach. Rumors have been swirling about who the Eagles will take with the 4th overall pick, with names like quarterback Geno Smith frequently entering the discussion. Other projections believe the Eagles will trade the pick. What would you like to see the Eagles do with the 4th pick? Tweet us your thoughts at LOQation News. Tune in next week to see if the Cavs could return to the CSAC final, as well as a look at the Phillies as they close out their April schedule. Now here's Molly with your trip across the nation.
Accused Boston Marathon bomber Johar Sarnihav has been charged with using a weapon of mass destruction in connection with the blast that killed 3 and wounded over 100 on April 15th. A massive manhunt took place in the suburbs of Boston after pictures of 2 individuals suspected of the bombing were published by the FBI. An MIT officer was fatally shot after police closed in on the suspect. During the pursuit, the older of the 2 suspects was killed, and the entire city was placed on lockdown to allow police to methodically search for the second suspect. Sarnihav was found hiding in a boat in the backyard of a Watertown resident, and after his capture was listed in critical condition after a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the neck. As of this past weekend, the surviving brother is conscious and, although heavily sedated, was alert and lucid, according to U.S. District Attorney Maureen Bauer during the initial court appearance bedside on Monday. Authorities are currently trying to uncover the motive for the bombing, although Sarnihav did say he and his older brother used an al-Qaeda internet description of how to build the pressure cooker bombs. In West Texas, a massive explosion at a fertilizer plant leveled the building and caused substantial destruction throughout the town. 15 people were killed and at least 200 more were injured. According to the Dallas Morning News, state and federal investigators working at the scene have eliminated natural causes such as a lightning strike as a potential spark for the fire. The explosion left a crater 93 feet wide and 10 feet deep. Finals are right around the corner. Many students are taking advantage of the services provided by the Center of Teaching and Learning on campus to help get motivated and prepare for the upcoming finals. Let's check in with Christy to see what's happening in the Iderola Center.
I'm outside the Center for Teaching and Learning. We're about to go talk to Cassie so she can tell us a little bit more about what they do here.
The Center for Teaching and Learning encompasses all of the academic support services at Cabrini. It is comprised of the Writing Center, the Peer Tutoring Program, the Math Resource Center, and academic counseling as services to students. And then we also do faculty development and are involved in other ways as well on campus. In addition to providing tutoring services that are available to students in the Writing Center by appointment, in the Math Resource Center you can make appointments or you can drop in. We also have evening drop-in tutoring hours in subject areas, and then we have what are called classroom coaching. We have classroom coaches, and classroom coaches are students who have taken classes previously. They attend classes again, and then they provide support to students in class, and then also provide support to students from that class outside of class time.
I'm a student here at Cabrini College, and I am a tutor in the Writing Center and also a classroom coach for the intro sociology classes that Dr. Owen teaches. Being a classroom coach is kind of like being a peer tutor, except that instead of being here in the Writing Center and in the CTL, I'm actually in the classes with them. Students see me in the class helping the teacher, also helping them. If they don't understand a lecture that was going on in class, they can come to me, and since I was there and I have all the notes and I saw what was going on.
We have a number of different events. In addition to doing the academic support, we also really like to just welcome students, make people feel good about learning, bring everybody together and let them have a good time. So we have three celebrations each semester, one at the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end. And those are just designed to kind of give students a chance to come together in the lobby of the Iderola Center, do some crafts or play some games or do some trivia, eat candy, because we're all about candy. We also have Little Debbie's for those who are looking for heartier fare. And we have the last one of the year coming up this April, and it's that's our Amazing Race end of the semester celebration, where we kind of help everybody think about getting ready for finals.
Students are always allowed to go to their professors to talk to them about problems that they have in the class, but sometimes they feel a little bit more comfortable coming to me just because I've taken the class like they have, and I've gone through the process. I've struggled in my own way to write the paper, so I know what it's like to, feel confused and not really know what to do. So I feel like they can relate to me a little bit more as I can relate to them, and I understand that they're struggling. And it's okay to come to ask for help, so it's easier to ask someone that has gone through it personally than rather to sometimes talk to the professors. I encourage everybody to come out to the Center for Teaching and Learning. We're always here to help you guys. That's why we're set up. We're students here that have gone through it, that know, the problems that many students are going through. So we just want to help everybody succeed and, write the best papers that they can and learn the best study techniques so that they can, succeed and become the best students.
Check out the Center for Teaching and Learning's website or come down here to the Adirondack building to sign up for an appointment today. I'm Christy Murphy, on location for location.
That was your trip across the nation. Christine, what's new with entertainment?
Well, this week I wanted to tell you a little bit about the summer box office flicks, so let me tell you about it. With finals right around the corner, school will be coming to an end and summer is finally in sight. So will the 2013 summer box office sizzle or fizzle? If you love robots, superheroes, and sequels, then you'll love this summer's box office offerings. With a May 3rd release, Iron Man 3 will be the first superhero flick to try and capture your movie-going dollars this summer. Robert Downey Jr. takes the role as Tony Stark with familiar sidekicks Pepper Potts, played by Gwyneth Paltrow. The Wolfpack reunites in theaters near you for The Hangover Part 3, but this time not for a wedding or a bachelor party. How will Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis, and Ed Helms get into trouble now? Check out this sequel you can't miss on May 24th. That's all I have in entertainment news this week. Now let's go to Nicole for your trip around the world.
2 foreign men living in Canada have been charged with plotting a terrorist attack on a passenger train with support from al-Qaeda elements in Iran. The authorities say suspects Shahib Eskire and Raid Jasser were arrested in Montreal and Toronto on Monday. They allegedly planned to derail a passenger train in the Greater Toronto area, but it is not clear when. Iran has denied any link to the suspects being held in Canada. The 2 suspects will appear in court next Tuesday for a bail hearing. French lawmakers voted to legalize same-sex marriage Tuesday, despite vocal protests from some conservatives who opposed. The nation's lower house approved a marriage bill which would also give same-sex couples the right to adopt in a 331 to 225 final vote. They cast their votes after impassioned speeches by lawmakers for and against the legislation. President Francois Hollande, who pledged his support for same-sex marriage on the campaign trail last year, will have to sign the bill before it becomes law. If the measure is legalized, France would be the 9th country in Europe to allow same-sex marriage. On Monday in Grace Hall was Cabrini's own C Factor. Bethany was there to catch up all the amazing acts. Here's a look at who came out to participate in the C Factor.
I'm here live at Cabrini College's C Factor. I'm Bethany Bigenho, on location for location. Let's check it out.
Sometimes we cried, we lied, we did what kids did. At times I miss the heat, not always energy. I can't really take it and make it my own anymore.
After a few singing performances, the Cabrini dance team showed off their moves as they danced to a medley of pop songs. Students in the audience had a tough time choosing their favorite act as they texted in the votes.
And the winner of Cabrini's first C Factor 2103 is Sequia Bailey!
I'm Bethany Bigenho. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks for catching up with us this week. For Location Weekly News, I'm Nicole Capizzi.
And I'm Molly Fox. Be sure to stay updated with us this week by following us on our social media sites. Simply search Location News. Have a great week, Cabrini.